Hey, what's going on, scholars? It's your professor here, the Enlightened Enlisted, and if you like the Normandy Campaign and want to know what the top 5 weapons are for the Allies, you're about to find out. Hey guys, if you like watching Enlisted gameplay, be sure to check me out on Twitch Wednesday, Thursday, or even Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A link to my channel down below in the description. But enough of that stuff, let's get down to this countdown. Number 5, the Ross Rifle. I can hear everyone clicking away from this video right now, but hear me out. For this game to survive, we need to have newer players coming in to have the ability to hold their own against the 6,000 hour game time juggernauts. The Ross Rifle fills this role with ease to use a sight picture, second highest rate of fire for bolt actions, and a respectable time to kill. The accuracy of this rifle at range is great, and it will help newer players get those kills. Find myself sometimes just running around with this rifle again to get back to those old days of skill-based shooting with a bolt-action rifle I learned to love back in Postscriptum and my Red Orchestra 2 days. Now, there are some downsides to this weapon, and the obvious one being is it's a bolt-action in a campaign that is dominated early on by semi-automatic rifles. You will struggle to engage multiple targets at medium to close distance with this rifle, and moving and shooting is not really recommended, with the sight picture swaying dramatically on the move. I would use this weapon on the defensive from cover, allowing you to aim small, miss small. Supporting your team as they hold or push onto an objective, it is a great counter-sniper rifle as well if you find yourself on levels such as D-Day or Le Bris. Number 4, the Bren Gun. This Commonwealth classic is the first MG that you will be unlocking at campaign level 11 in the tech tree. The Bren knows you aren't ready for her, so she compensates your inexperience with the best hip-firing properties I've seen since my MP5 days in Modern Warfare. You will go full John Basilone charging forward with this machine gun, firing from the hip like a pure animal, cutting down droves of Germans in your wake. If that isn't your style, well, never fear. You can take this last to a more traditional role of fire support by shooting accurately from the prone or the kneeling. Her time to kill is good, giving you no trouble racking up those kill numbers, but the sights will leave you pretty much blind to everything around you, and those 30-round magazines go fast when you're shooting from the hip in CQB engagements. You can forget about trying to hit anyone at medium distance from the standing, it's literally impossible. I would recommend using the Bren with your assault squads for aggressive pushes that need a little bit extra firepower. Reloading perks will be your savior with this weapon, as you will find yourself running dry quite frequently and putting you into some sticky situations. Prone or brace out whenever possible for the best results out of the Bren. She will serve you well long into this campaign. Number 3 should come in at no surprise to anyone, the M1 Garen. A US staple of World War II, it is a familiar weapon to anyone who's played an FPS shooter in the last decade. With a decent sight picture to complement a time to kill rivaling a bolt action, you will unlock the iconic ping at campaign level 7, allowing you to once again liberate Europe. She comes with that same limitations of being okay at ranges, hip firing also lacking, with a larger spread than the Bren I found in my testings, and you also just can't resist burning through all your ammunition like a southern redneck in order to hear that beautiful ping. The M1 is an all-around infantry rifle, allowing you to do some slow but steady fire from medium distance to support an objective push. You can also be aggressive with this if you are so called upon. Just make sure you have an engineer near, or you have some ammo pouches to keep the rounds flowing through this American boomstick. Before we get into our top 2, if you liked today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps this channel get discovered and will keep you notified on future videos we have coming up. We have 2 runners up that unfortunately couldn't make the cut for our top 5. If you took number 3 and slapped a scope on it, you would have our first runner-up, the M1 Sniper. Not the best looking rifle in game, but deadly at range. The M1 Sniper is versatile, allowing you to keep the enemy's head down with accurate fire. Our second runner-up could honestly have taken the number 5 spot with ease, and that is the Lanchester. A clone of the German M28, the player gets to give an enemy a little taste of their own medicine, but unfortunately, it just couldn't compete with some of the other rifles on our top 5 list. What do you guys think about our list so far? And do you know what our top 2 are going to be? Let us know in the comments below. Number 2. Two Nazis walk into a bar. The Browning 1918A2 is our second LMG on this list, but the Browning acts more like a modern biter rifle in this game. With its versatile rate of fire, you get some impressive accuracy out of this LMG. Couple this with its great sights and time to kill, you have a real threat on the battlefield. You will find yourself missing the hipfire love you receive from the Bren, and you will have to wait some time before you can field this bad boy, as it is unlocked at campaign level 25. But don't worry, his younger brother, the A1, is unlocked at campaign level 19, so you can perfect your lethality with this killer before you move on to the A2. Shooting from the crouching or the supporting position is the best way to do this with this rifle. I would also say that you should support infantry pushes from a little bit behind the front lines. Once you got some time mastering the recoil pattern of this rifle, you will absolutely love it. Once you unlock it, I suggest attaching it to all your machine gunners you possibly can. Number 1 is the king of the battlefield, an iconic killer, the Thompson submachine gun. She is as recognized as the M1 Garen in most FPS shooters with World War II. It has a familiar sight picture, a killer rate of fire, and a very familiar recoil pattern for you to perfect. You will be spraying and praying this like an absolute madman on the battlefield, leaving a wake of death and destruction in your path. I absolutely love this weapon, and so will you. Did our list match yours or not? Let us know in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to check out our links in the description, subscribe and like if you enjoyed today's video. If you really liked today's video, then share it with your friends. Until next time, guys, hit those books and hit those bottles. Cheers.